to another teacher talk session tonight. And tonight we are going to have another educator from different part of the world. And our educator is an English language teacher, teacher trainer, therapist, a neurodiversity specialist, and also educational consultant, Anna Machura. When she comes, we are going to start our live session with her. But before that, I would like to say thank you very much to moonturkey.com to become our sponsor tonight. Thank you very much for your support, Moon Turkey. Okay, there she is. Let me accept her invitation. When she comes, we are going to start our live session with her, with Anna. Sometimes, hello, sometimes it takes a little bit time to start a live session. What about now? Takes a little bit time. I'm just waiting for. Maybe. Thank you, hocam. Thank you. Let me look at here. How can we do it? Maybe let me invite her again. Yeah. Look again here. Now I sent you a request. Hello?
Hello.
Okay. So, are you there? Now
I am. I
okay.
think I need to add more lights. Very good.
Yeah, it's a little bit dark there,
Yeah,
Anna. Now it's much better.
brilliant.
So sorry for this situation, Anna. It's not
No
about
worries.
us. It's about the Instagram. I have no idea what's going on about the connection, but sometimes this happens. I'm really sorry about it, but finally you are there and we are all here. Okay, so and I would like to say thank you very much, Anna, for accepting my invitation and to become my guest tonight for Teacher Talks 184th session. It's a great honor to have you tonight.
Thank you as well, Vulcan, and welcome everybody. It's a pleasure. Yeah, when you contacted me, I was like, yep, Absolutely. I trust my vibe, my intuition, so I knew it would be great. So welcome
So
again, everyone, and
it's
thank
wonderful.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Anna. I'm sure that we are going to have a very fruitful session with you. Okay, so I know that we are all busy and you are very busy. So if you're ready, can we start?
Of course, we're going.
Perfect. So I know about you, Anna, but maybe our audiences would like to know about you. So can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences too?
Right, so I'm sitting right here in Cork, based in Cork, in Ireland. It's the second largest city you probably know after Dublin, the capital city. So I've been an educator for over 20 years right now, specializing in different fields. At the moment, it's not just teaching for me. I'm a teacher
Uh-huh.
trainer. I'm a creator, I would say, because wherever I go and I see an opportunity, I create. So be it through coaching, as a coach, as a mentor, as a facilitator, I'm a coordinator of dyslexia workshops for
Oh,
Cork with Dyslexia Ireland. I work in different settings. At the moment, I'm a university language teacher. You can find me at UCC, that's University College Cork, right
uh-huh.
here. Um, but I do a lot of other things, so the introduction would be much longer. So
That's okay.
people contact me like you, and I love to just give some advice. I love to change things, turning challenges into opportunities, and it can be with professionals, one-to-one individuals, could be with companies, corporate sector, and the neurodiversity area is a huge part of my work. So
Yeah.
as a
Mm-hmm.
neurodiversity specialist, what I do as well is I create programs, course materials, I work one-to-one in the therapeutic setting, but I probably explain a little bit more what it means, because if someone hears therapy, it's like, who needs therapy? We're all okay, we're grand. Actually, there is more to it. So that's my short
Wow.
introduction, and yeah,
It's
great to
really
be
short.
here.
It's wonderful. It's the perfect short introduction, Anna. Thank you. Thank you very much. So let's move to another other question. Would you like to add anything else, or can I move another question?
Yes, I would actually,
Uh,
because what you see in the background, okay, I'm not at the party, I'm not at the disco.
that's you
I
have a
love
great
humor too,
background.
so
All the lights over there is from different colors. It's like you're in disco. Are you in disco and connecting us?
we can have a party later and celebrate some successes. Why not? Well, I I am actually sitting in a multisensory room where I work with my learners, um,
Uh,
neurodiverse learners, which means with some specific learning differences, but also on the autism spectrum or with ADHD. So using the multisensory approach, brain friendly, I have absolutely everything you need to have a
no.
great session in this room. And I have some water tubes too. You might see them. So it's not a party.
Yeah, I see that.
Explained.
It's wonderful. Thank you very much. Okay, so Anna, let me ask you my other question is, which is, what was over your turning point and points in your own education?
Well, I think there have been a few. In fact, realizing that, and I realized it very quickly, that there is so much more to just teaching. I don't want to just teach in a sense to pass on knowledge to other people. It's all about communication. So I quickly realized that you need other
Uh-huh.
skills, and we don't teach subjects. We don't teach English. We teach people. We have to invest in ourselves. So I just thought, you know what? I will do my best in every field, and let's see what happens. So the turning point actually where when I realized I can do much more. That's brilliant. And just development,
Uh-huh.
continuous development.
That's
So turning points were those moments when I just thought more can be done here. Uh, Study more. And that's a funny thing actually. That definitely one of the crucial points was when, you see, I was working as a therapist
yeah.
in separate sessions. So quickly, I just realized, you know what? Those sessions, of course, take time one to one. And I want to help more people. So how can I do that? if my brain is already as a therapist, right? And then I have those learners, and we're talking here about like 15 years ago or more. Can I implement that somehow? Because my mindset was all about helping and changing and reframing and rephrasing, and
Uh-huh.
it's body language, things you don't see. So I started doing what I thought might work, and it did. So I'm teaching with therapeutic techniques. That was a turning point. And what else? Well, I'm quite brave, I must say. Um, one of my last recent talks wasn't the last one, but yeah, it was about that was for teacher development. IATEFL, yes, Web Carnival. Inquisitive is
Uh-huh.
positive, but bold is gold. So yes, we need to be creative. We need to inquire. We need to look for other ways. Important, positive, but be bold. Just create something different, new, and this is what I love
This is what
doing.
I love.
Turning
Hmm.
point. Yes.
That's
What else?
wonderful.
Okay, can you implement? So I'm practically learning non-stop. I'm a lifelong
Uh-huh.
learner, and this is it. Yeah.
Uh,
So
we
keep
all we
going.
all love longer. If we're teachers, we're educators, we're the lifelong learner. Okay, thank you very much for this three, the turning points that you mentioned here. They're really important. Thanks for sharing with us here. And I know that you've been teaching, you just mentioned that, I think almost 20 years, you
Yeah.
said? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
you've been teaching for 20 years, and I'm sure that in this the years, probably you have tried different techniques, different methodologies, and different strategies in your classes with other teachers and with your students, and probably you have a kind of a philosophy of teaching. So what is it? What is your philosophy of teaching?
Yes. Um, it's about discovery.
Mm-hmm.
Discover something about yourself. So when you do your teacher training and you have your diplomas and you think you know it all, this is where the fun starts. So my philosophy is, okay, start from there, meet people, go out there, get to know your students, your learners well. And every class is going to be different. Be open, be teachable all the time or coachable, but watch and listen, observe. And this is what I always tell my students as well. When you're in the classroom and we have this time together, we're trying to make the most of that time, but I thank them and I say, I really appreciate that time together because you're teaching me something too. And when you're so open, to different experiences, cultures, or just sharing different views,
I
discover.
see.
And if
Mm-hmm.
you can start a very interesting conversation with your students and they show that you are a role model for them, you need to have
Definitely.
passion,
Mm-hmm.
right? So discovery and passion and development, I mentioned that before.
Definitely. That's the important point, really. I totally agree with you. What she said here, someone is a comment here, Heidi says, yes, learn your students to be able to teach them. Definitely, she's right. We need to learn them to teach them.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
get to know
Thank you very
them
much.
very well.
Mm-hmm.
Every student is different, and if you apply the same methodology, it might not work. You may be really surprised. And this is what happens when, well, you're talking to an experienced educator sometimes, but it's just one age group, perhaps, or just one setting, or one institution, or something
Uh-huh.
very similar. And then they are either forced or asked to jump in a totally new environment. And it's quite challenging, right? So
Definitely.
be open minded. Discover, as I said again, in terms of methodologies too. Of course, always student centered, um, but be very flexible, adaptable,
Mm-hmm.
and again, learn. For me, number one point is mental health and well-being. Okay,
That's
some
important.
of my
Mm-hmm.
articles cover that in more detail. A feel-good lesson. Okay, so my methodology is to make learners welcome, and yeah, we can talk about neuroscience and all that, amygdala hijack and putting everyone in a flow state and so on. But no, start on a very positive note. And if you're enjoying the lesson, they will enjoy it too because people always gonna feel your attitude. Okay, so stay passionate. That's also the mindset. Passionate about what you're doing. If you're only waiting for your paycheck,
Yeah,
that's not a good way.
that's
Not a
you're
good
right.
philosophy. Okay.
Okay, I got it. Thank you very much, Anna, for sharing that philosophy with us. And you know what I want to say, that we are educators. And by the way, there's another comment, if you can read it. Like she says here, there a lot of comments are here. Like teachers as role models, they are like a material in the Middle Earth, so rare and so precious. Yeah, you're right. And another comment is here, we need to, she says, we need to learn needs, preferences, and explore student styles in each context. Exactly, important factors. Yeah, you are right. Thanks for your comments. Okay, so you know that we are educators, and in we have a lot of stories in our, you know, the career in our life, let's say, during our education, or during our, let's say, during this time. So we have, sometimes we have bad stories, sometimes we have good stories, sometimes we have failed, and sometimes we have success stories. So can you tell us one or maybe two success stories of yours, something inspirational? But if you want to talk about some failed ones, we can also listen if you want, like, talk about it. It's your choice.
Yeah, I hope everybody has both sides, otherwise you would not know how to celebrate the good ones, right? Is the
Yeah,
duality. If I can mingle a little bit of everything. And just before I answer about needs, right?
sure.
So start with why. Okay, there's a great book by Simon Sinek, Start with Why. And why is like, what are your needs? And you have to address your students' needs, right?
Yeah,
And do not be afraid to actually ask them and cooperate and share something. So I would say that we've all been there, that at the very beginning, you just have the lesson plan, your early days when you're starting as a teacher, and you just want to do the job, right? And
yeah,
take
you are right.
and you're
Hmm.
throwing things at your learners somehow. Um, Chunking, stop. Okay, wait. Luckily, in my case, that's mindfulness and being in the moment. But I wouldn't call it that, you know, a failure. No, there are experiences that you have to learn from, and some learners. That's interesting. If you're teaching in a multicultural context, some are actually expecting you, like for example, students from Asian countries. Okay,
Yeah.
like China, South Korea, or Japan. Well, that would not happen quickly, so you really have to be flexible,
Hmm.
right? So my success stories evolve around discovery and creating something all the time. So, okay, when I hear the word needs, and once I'm on it, like, okay, they want this and they want that, and I cannot find it in some course books that are used, but this, I have this autonomy and well, freedom to share. Do you know what? There was something happening at the door. I'm not expecting anyone, and I just got distracted. So, well, I keep going, but that's unexpected. This is it. Distractions, that's another thing. Anyways, when I started sharing, guys, I have some ideas. Okay, what might work for you? Um, how about the project? How about doing
Sure.
something different? And I've been
Hmm.
doing this for years, actually, at the local, national, and international level. So I'm going to the point right now.
Sure.
Well, it is projects engaging hundreds of learners, and that's kind of an achievement, if you ask me. That first, you just have the concept, right? You're thinking how to do it the best way, how they can benefit from that, how to talk to other educators and create something big. Well,
I
to cut the story
see.
short, today is Monday, but coming Saturday, I'm presenting a project, The Power of Positivity, at the University of Oxford at a
Wow.
conference.
Wonderful.
So
Good luck
that's,
then.
thank you so much. And that's, again, huge thanks right now to other educators that have joined me on that journey, because what I'll be doing is showing how you can create
I
inclusive
see.
classrooms through activism, research, uh, in my case, project-based learning.
Oh,
But the
I
whole
see.
idea
Hmm.
that, a lot of things come actually to me in my dream. Sometimes it's the that moment that, okay, I need the time to focus and the ideas just flow. So I write them down and then I just reach out. So be bold and, hey, I
I
want to
see.
do that. Do you want to join me? And so on. So there are a lot of different things. I would probably say something about teaching, but with the therapeutic side of
Mm-hmm.
it.
Sure.
Yes, as a success story to inspire others who maybe are interested as well in psychology or certain therapies.
I
Um,
see.
when you hear from someone that that conversation you've had with them saved their life, and I mean it, that this is what they needed at that particular time, and well, yes, when you hear from people that you just saved me at that time, and think about other people. I always say it can be that moment. Don't rush. Stop.
Sure.
Okay? Think about
Mm-hmm.
others. You never know. You never know what someone is going through. You know that, especially
Yeah.
these days after the pandemic, the situation is very difficult. But that's my nature. And if you have that kind of nature as well, the educators listening to us, go for it. Just stop and listen. And I was very happy to do a session, and I'm ready always for a session because I think that's our purpose in life. It's not only in the classroom, it may happen anywhere else. So people were calling me, or yeah, it was just amazing to know
You're
that
right.
you could help, you were
Yeah.
useful.
Yeah. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that with us, Anna. Thank you. You know what I'm gonna say that you told us a lot of things here about that about success stories and about the needs, and thank you very much for sharing all of them with us. We are the educators, and especially as a teachers, we need to being a teacher, you need to have some the skills and some important qualities to do this job. Actually, it's not only for teachers. For every job, you need to have some qualities, important qualities and skills. When you think about the teacher side, what are the most important qualities and maybe skills we can say the teacher should possess?
Right. I've mentioned some already. So it's adaptability, um, being compassionate,
Uh-huh.
and being open to absolutely anything. Um, Creativity and flexibility goes there definitely. And well, building resilience, I'd
Yeah,
say,
that's
especially these days, we can add more. Okay, being of course an active listener, observer. The key point
hmm
is, okay, having an open mind all the
yeah.
time, and you have
Mm,
skills and qualities. You have certain abilities. So my answer would be know your skill set right now, what you're able to do. Okay, think of your strengths and serve people well. So work
I
on
see.
communication. If you have a lot of knowledge and you don't know how to pass it on or create the impact, or no one's going to listen to you, so what's the point? So I'd say yes, think of
hmm
communication and how to adopt and how to grow and
I
develop.
see. Thank you. Thank you very much for your suggestions about it and for your ideas about these qualities and skills. Uh, I know that you have traveled different countries to teach, if I'm not wrong, and to teach students, to teach educators, to train them. So when you think about this, how does it make you feel? How does it make you to actually travel to different countries and share experiences with different educators, with different people, with different cultures? How does it make you feel?
Well, amazing. One word. Absolutely
I'm
amazing.
sure it is. I'm sure it does.
Two things. Of course, there is that one side that I feel proud, but I feel grateful at the same time because I think, wow, they want to learn, they want to listen, and you know, the more you know, the more you know you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so staying humble as well. I just love people who are asking questions and you know they know that there is so much to discover, and just listen. And even me being a specialist, okay, staying humble, just go out there, see how things
Uh-huh.
are done, see a different perspective. Different doesn't mean better, but you will need just a variety of skills, techniques, strategies, methodologies, like everywhere, right? And how does it make me feel? Absolutely fantastic. I'm just buzzing. I'm just buzzing. I cannot wait. Yeah, I love meeting people, that's for sure. And it's about creating, connections, meaningful connections, friendships quite often. It's just
Yeah.
amazing. And greetings to everyone. If there's someone now listening to us or we listen to that later, thank you so much for all those fantastic moments. And then later on, staying in touch and be it, on that personal or professional level, which is
Yeah,
just
I
great.
see. You're right. Thank you for sharing it. I'm sure that it makes you feel very different and very proud and very, when you see when you see the people or the educators, they are ready to learn, and you are there to teach them something, and at the end of it, to see them that they learned something from you, and you transfer something
Yeah,
from yourself to them, which is useful for them, and you know that they're gonna use it. Of course, that makes you feel proud and happy about it, and more energetic and more, the more passionate for this job.
indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed, yeah,
I
amazing
see.
moments. I swear, and that opens your mind too. You know, um, broadens the horizons. I mean, you
I
come
see.
back, and then yeah, you're richer. You're richer. Oh, if I can share very quickly, I
Sure,
actually tell
of
my
course.
students, you are all rich, and they like look at me. What? You don't know my bank account and stuff. You are rich right now because if you can enrich somebody else's life, that's a huge thing. And you
Yeah,
have a
I
lot to share.
see.
Even, where you are right now, even if you don't know it yet, trust me. Because you can teach someone and they can learn from you. So it's the exchange, I'd say, of information, experiences. That's why my projects, this is where,
That's great.
where it all starts. Let's share different experiences. Every person has a story and is here for a reason, has a purpose. And this life, to me, I believe so, is a test. So we are all learning. So be very compassionate, right? And don't be I know it all, because, well, it's not like that.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anna. So, what I want to ask you, my next question is about the students, at the language. So, that, you know, the students, they are, they want to learn, especially not only students, sometimes we also, and other people also, they want to learn a new language, but sometimes they face really difficulties to learn the language and the culture, but that language, but actually they should learn it together, both. So my question is, the why the students and the people who need to learn the language and the culture of that language, what is the reason? Language and the culture.
I mean, they go hand in hand, don't they? So
Yeah,
the
they
language
are.
is how you actually see the world and how you communicate about the things around you in that culture, right? The
Yeah,
environment. So immerse yourself fully. Luckily, these days we have to do a lot of like online sessions, like right now. So no excuses. You can use different modes, different ways to connect, watch things, right? Um, Go out there, listen to, I say listen to people, but sometimes not those structured talks, very formal, but how people behave. So like perhaps more informal things too, whatever is available
mm-hmm.
out there. Could be podcasts or like now. Okay, I don't consider this a formal conversation, but it's about reactions. It's about sharing other things that you won't find in a book. That's the thing. So try to make friends with other people. Just call them,
Uh-huh.
just text them, write to them, whatever.
Good.
Have a Zoom call or something like that. And chunking, I think, do not expect that. That's about expectations.
Uh-huh.
Huge thing, right? Do not expect miracles right away, although miracles do happen. But yeah, you need to wait sometimes. So with the culture, mix it all together. Learn, read, listen. Okay, every single time, and you will discover that.
I see. Thank you very much, Anna. You know, I know that you have a method, which is you have a method teaching with therapeutic techniques, if I'm not wrong. So I have no idea about it. Maybe our audiences would like to know about it. So can you tell us a bit more about your method teaching with therapeutic techniques? What is it, and how do we use it, and what is it for?
Indeed. Well, it can be for everybody, absolutely everybody. The term therapeutic means sometimes that, okay, you need help. Something has to be either restored or fixed, right? And the traditional meaning is that, okay, if you are depressed or anxious, like I would have separate sessions for
Yeah,
anger, anxiety, yeah, managing anger, complex situations like post-traumatic stress disorder or OCD, um, and other things. But these days, this meaning, okay, should appeal to everyone. We all need to work on our well-being. Why? Because there are too many distractions, too many situations that are so stressful. If I ask someone there listening to us, can you identify one, two, or three things that totally get you down or
hmm
get you off balance? Are you living a relatively healthy life, or do you need some techniques? And those techniques can be soothing and calming. So that's why it's the
I
other side,
see.
okay, um, of doing what exactly? What are the ways? So the examples are being very much mindful in the moment, in the present moment. You can make better decisions if you have the clarity of mind. Okay. The well being. Are you actually feeling good or are you just existing
I
day by
see.
day, day by day? Okay. It's everything fastened. Do you think about your self talk? What do you tell yourself every day? So
Uh-huh.
identifying certain cognitive, like mental, of course, or behavioral, or even social blocks, obstacles. We need to work on that. And when you wake up in the morning, what is the first thought you have? Is it gratitude, really? Because there was time that I was not very healthy, but still, those techniques really helped me to actually heal myself and recover
That's
much quicker. So you've heard all about placebo effect and things like that. So thinking, right, and being aware what's happening in your mind, so you can stop and actually, okay, this is the time I want to change something. Reflect. If you're rushing everywhere, you cannot do it. And when it comes to teaching, so teaching with therapeutic techniques, you have a lesson with me, and well, it's like magic because as a therapist, I would use a different language.
yeah.
I would use reframing right away, noticing those blocks or challenges. Or there's that element of nonverbal communication or even reading body language too. So I see students with um, triggers. Okay, what is the trigger? I can see maybe clearer that that's again the experience plus knowledge that that problem they have is not about the language. It's not about um, actually the communication.
I
Okay, it's
see.
something deeper
Uh-huh.
down there. So when you told me um, whatever someone said, um, I cannot learn or I cannot focus or worse, I learn a language, but I go out there and I'm afraid, of talking to people. Um, that there's like a lot to be done. Therapeutic means restorative, so you restore your whole body, mind, and spirit
Mm-hmm.
to a place that you can actually function and you have a lot of energy or enough energy to share with others. Okay, that you can start the lesson with a clear mind, as I said, and of course mindfulness, but the therapeutic use of mindfulness, so like a body scan and different journaling from cognitive behavioral therapy, things you can do. I use brain-friendly techniques too,
I see.
which very much have that kind of effect. Knowing how the neurons in your mind react, how they behave.
I
Okay,
see.
calming yourself down. And a huge part of working with neurodivergent learners is self-regulation. So think about it, right? If there is a lot going on in our lives as adults, how about those, well, kids and then young learners, young minds that don't have the knowledge?
You are right.
Who's going to help them? So teach them self-regulation, explaining things, reframing, paraphrasing, rephrasing, summarizing things, but putting things in perspective with a very compassionate heart. This is what I do with my learners right away. If I see that, okay, that's kind of a block. Oh, things sometimes that they don't say. This is it. So you need to ask. I often talk about the art of asking questions, the right questions, and they are slightly different. As a therapist, I do it in training, for or sessions for others.
Yeah,
What you can say, that's gonna help them even more.
I see. Got it. Thank you very much. That's really, really the amazing answer for the questions that I ask. Thank
If
you
I
very
could
much.
add one more thing,
Of course,
please.
of course.
So
Take your time.
another part is tapping into someone's meta model. Okay. NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, that I've been doing for years, and it can be outside the classroom too, but it is a great technique.
Uh-huh.
Tapping into someone's meta model means that we operate on a certain system, okay? And we see different things, or we can look at the same thing, but understand it differently. You need to know yourself, okay, and the capability of noticing this is a different kind of system. And yes, it is very much linked to multiple intelligences, or now going further, different cognitive profiles.
I
So if I work
see.
with neurodivergent learners, okay, this is my full mode, the therapeutic one on. If someone is interested in that area, yeah, I'm happy to share more
Of
how you
course,
can do it.
of course, I'm sure that, and you know that I saw a comment there, by the way. I think Azra was asking something to you about it. And dear Anna, do you like to have a plan A, B for project-based classes if your time doesn't go how you want to manage it? And I'm so interested to know about managing your project-based classes, she said. And also she asked another thing here, which is just a moment. I'm just looking for, uh, and I mean, so interested in your project-based classes, how you manage time if it doesn't go how you want. She's asking this to you. Maybe after the session she can connect to you, so and she can ask a lot of questions about it if it's okay. And I
Of
think
course.
she's here.
So, briefly, right? Please do connect. The project is ongoing, by the way. So, wonderful. You're very welcome. Now, there is a structure to it. So, it's not the first project I've done on a large scale. For example, the power of emotions, or the power of words, the power of positivity, the recent one. So we pick with different teachers the skills that we want to teach our learners. There are different modes of delivery, or it's very much promoting autonomy and the reflective part too. So we ask our learners to think about that topic, sharing their perspective. It could be through storytelling. I got poems, videos, all sorts of
Uh-huh.
fantastic masterpieces. So that's the point. They will choose what suits them, which is fantastic. This is what we should be doing for neurodiverse minds and neurotypical ones too. Okay, so we're teaching them. Of course, there are some criteria, so they know what they are doing and how they'll be. Uh, they can be assessed, but it's not necessary. With some educators in certain countries, they really wanted me to, do it
I'm
the
sure, I'm
way
sure.
I would do it. So they were excited. It was collaborative teaching as well and learning. Wonderful. And they also know, all the learners and teachers, that their stories will reach the international audience, and we will share them with other learners in the classroom in a different country. So
Wow.
sharing that, it's just amazing. You have something, to say. We want to hear it. Please do it. That freedom of choosing the modes of delivery, and quite often, I must say, I think it's one of the successes, I believe, is being able to actually motivate them, at their level. When the topic is so broad, they can talk, well, the positivity, but not as it's understood. Just, I'm so happy, okay, and I'm gonna draw a smiley face. No, it's like, be very much reflective. So it's kindness, sharing, generosity, uh, situations in your life, that you have encountered. Um, it could be about social learning. It can be about, for example, using authentic materials. Can be something found in books. So depending on the country, depending on
I
your
see.
needs and the level of English of your letters, then we create a structure. So the topic, the theme stays the same, but how they do that, how they deliver and describe experiences. And sometimes I've discovered things that, well, I contacted that person and amazing things just, happened.
Yeah,
They were like,
I
first
can
time I
imagine.
just open up, and yeah, breakthrough moments that someone asked them first time to share something meaningful for them.
I got it. Thank you very much for your answer. And Azra says, wonderful plans. And dear Anna, thanks for the explanations. And Azra, you can ask, the extra questions to Anna after the sessions if you want. And I have her contact, and you can see that her, the Instagram account, and you can write and you can ask whatever you want about the things that you want to learn. Okay, thank you very much, Anna. So I know when you think about, let me ask you another questions about it, which is about the students. I'm sure that, you when you think about your students, okay, I'm sure that sometimes you have faced really, difficulties with your students. And what are the difficulties that you face, the teaching a new language for the students that you teach there?
I wouldn't call them difficulties because that's the pain language, right? But
The
some
challenging, maybe
challenges.
let's say, yeah, not
Yeah,
difficulty. Let's change it. Challenging that you.
yeah, that's the first step. What I do is like changing vocabulary from pain to power. It's like, there's a challenge. Let's overcome it together. But you're already here. You're in the classroom. Okay, share me what you know. But we're already speaking, so I use, the basics, I'd say, and we start the conversation. So very much chunking and breaking it down, because yes, at this stage it's much easier for me to do it. As I said, tapping into that model. What do you
Uh-huh.
need? Okay, and like, finding that spark, or sometimes you are that spark that you come and say, yeah, I will help you. I have different techniques, and let's see which one works for you. And yes, they go for it. You need to be, again, passionate and very much flexible here. Telling them the different perspective and that they can see the results right away. So it's not relying on the teacher, but it's like baby steps. Okay, something, what matters to them, and again, needs analysis. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the key point again comes up as you
and I
said.
always turn it, so reframing is, so if this is the area for improvement, okay, so let's make a plan. Have you done a plan before? No, but look how far you've come. So you're not starting from zero, because we're talking and we have a plan. So
Yeah,
let's get down to
exactly.
work, okay? And we do it one by one.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you. Okay, so are we gonna add something, or can I ask you another question?
Oh, work with, please.
All right. So, when you think about it, sometimes, we see some challenging moments about the things that we do or about the things that people do. And we think on our own, and oh, I wish I had a chance to change all these difficulties or all these challenges once. When you think about this in the language education or in the education, if you have a chance to change one thing, all right, about the language education, let's say, what would you change?
I would add a subject or as a compulsory workshop on mental health and well-being with some of the strategies that I do as the basics. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because we know it's thoughts, emotions, and actions. And in the classroom is actions. You want to see, students engaging and having fun. So it's actions, emotions, and thoughts. No, they need to have this cognitive part done. So how things work, how to be, again, full of empathy, compassion, but I mean it,
I see. Mm-hmm.
right? So in detail, not just randomly here, randomly there. Oh, I've read something. Mindfulness,
That's important.
definitely. What would I change? I would change the mindset. Give me a magic wand. So the mindset definitely to be more focused on the skills for the 21st century. It is happening right now here, sometimes faster, sometimes slower. But yes, to include that element, or even neuroscience or cognitive education.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Um, do we need to ask why, or there's another question?
It's your choice. No, no, you can't. Let me ask you why.
Because, well, because it helps with discipline as well. If
Uh-huh.
you're more aware of your actions, of your thoughts, okay, because when you're behaving in a certain way, these are just signals or signs of what's happening in your mind. So, what is your attitude? We're
Uh-huh.
talking about consequences as well. And if you have maybe some problems, issues, or I don't like the word problems, but again, if something uh, appears in the classroom, like something that you don't want, unwanted behaviors, I don't know, it can be language as well. What's wrong? So react right away. And teachers should know how to manage those things. But that
Uh-huh.
is the area of psychology, of extra training,
All right.
and as I say, mental health. I wouldn't punish the student right away. It's the ability how to talk, how to manage, how to spot those things. That's why I would change it to facilitate, to make life easier, facilitate the teaching and learning process on both ways.
Uh-huh. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anna. And there is a comment here. Would ensure all the students be equitably and financially supported. Oh, I see. Okay. He's asking.
Meaning in terms of resources, is it, or access to um,
I don't know.
different
It's
supports,
fine.
financially supported? Well, that differs from country to country, as we know. Uh, but again, here reaching out, I think the financial element, that's hard everywhere, but some sponsors or other institutions or creating, opportunities. How that can be done at the local national level, I'm very much in favor of contacting the authorities, but that's a whole new topic. Okay, how
Yeah.
to engage authorities into which to get better supports for schools. But well, I would say start with what you have. Okay, and then ask for more help. But it's communication across the school, and if this is a whole school approach, and everybody's on board, and there is some kind of, let's say, pressure as well from parents, if possible, or everybody's asking for that, so some kind of change will happen sooner or later, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah. I think that's the great answer for the question for that one. Thank
if
you.
not,
Thank you,
reach
Anna.
outside, like to other educators in other countries internationally. Maybe they'll be able to just help or just share some practices, okay, or just help out. There
About
are
it.
good people out there.
I'm sure they are. There are. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Anna. You know, Anna, uh, in our lives, for example, we sometimes we we're looking for role models, all right? We're looking for the good people, inspirational people. We're looking for it, and some people they really, inspire us about the things that we do. For example, they inspire for our job, or they inspire for new ideas, or they become a role model about our behaviors, about things that we're gonna do. So when you think about yourself, who are your role models? Do you have any role models, and who inspires you, or anyone inspires you so far? Yes.
Okay, so I start like that. Three elements to it. Um, in my holistic approach to life and to teaching, it's mind, body, and spirit,
Yeah,
right? And I'd say my core values, beliefs, and norms connected to my religion are very important to me. So everybody, every single person of a good heart, okay, if you're willing to go the extra mile or the extra smile, sometimes I say, that inspires me. People who put others first and other people's needs, because that's so important these days. If you have discovered your purpose in life and you are humble enough, but at the same time you know your worth, okay, that you are here to help as many
uh-huh,
people as possible. So people who do that without expecting anything else in return, I would call them role models. Now, in terms of some achievements, meaning breakthrough, um, be it, well, creating something or saying something or things like that, overcoming disabilities, okay, um, I can name few people. So what I love doing is listening to some interviews with celebrities, actors, or getting to know them outside of the big screen.
I see.
But they all say like endurance, okay, not giving up, building resilience, and if they can share their story, which, to be fair, their life is not easy, and if they can find a double strength to share with others. So like people sometimes mask a lot of things. So that's another level, I would say. Those
I
that see
see.
things that are not seen, yeah,
Yeah,
reaching
I got
out
it.
to others
Two
that
others. That's
make the extra effort to reach out and help them. Keanu Reeves, think about his life. If
yeah,
you know Robin
that's
Williams,
a great
their
model we
depression.
can
Yeah, you
share.
never know
Uh-huh.
what someone's going through, um, and
They're
things like
they're
that. Of
especially,
course, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I
Got
read about things like Elon Musk, you know, he's thinks that he it's not what he's doing, but the way he's doing. I just love it. Okay.
yeah,
So
it's a
different
different way he's
perspective.
doing.
You have
Exactly,
to be a
different
little bit mad
perspective.
sometimes, so don't listen to moaners. Look at people who do those crazy things, but it's always like that. Others just watch you, okay? They're shocked, they laugh, and then they are inspired and they join you.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
these are
I
role models.
definitely. You are right.
Yeah,
Definitely. I see that. We see them. What are they doing? What do they say? How do they do it? That's real different.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Or
Okay.
if things are already there, but if you're finding a different way of doing, you know, you have different talents, different skills. So
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
don't do exactly the same thing expecting different results. Madness, right? Uh, no, no. An open
I see.
mind, good heart, and following your values. Do not change them, whatever the situation. Okay?
Yeah. hmm I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anna. And he says, our teacher says, you never know what someone is going through. Yes, he says. Great. Thank you very much for the comment, Ajay. Thank you. Okay, so you know the time flies, Anna, and we have no idea what's gonna happen in the future. But we just sometimes we guess what's gonna happen. So when you think about yourself, how do you see yourself in 10 or 15 years later? Will you still be a teacher, a trainer, or will you try another job or jobs?
Well, I'm gonna use the knowledge and skills, but I'm gathering more as I go. So probably doing something amazing. Yeah. Still young and beautiful. I always tell people, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
think in
yeah.
a positive way, discover, but who knows? Future, well, everything changes really fast.
Exactly.
So I mentioned
Uh-huh.
today adaptability. I really don't know, but I'm excited about the future.
We
Definitely.
all.
I'll be helping people as, as many people as possible. I'm loving it. There are fantastic things happening right now that I have started or I'm planning, and I know that they'll be breakthrough, be amazing. So I see myself doing fantastic
Yeah.
things.
I'm sure. I'm sure you will. I'm sure. I hope we all do fantastic things in the future. Oh, thank you very much. We just mentioned that sometimes, we face really challenging situations, and at that time we don't know how you deal with it, and we say it on our own. Oh, I wish I could have a kind of a superpower so I could easily fix the problem or I could easily handle it. All right. When you think about into the classroom, if you could have one superpower to use it in the classroom, what would it be and how would it help you?
Okay, it's not if you had. I already have it.
Yeah, we all.
That's that's what students say. No, I'm kidding. I love humor, but I think, every teacher has some superpowers. It's just a matter of time of
Yeah.
discovering it,
Yeah.
okay? I swear. Yeah, this is it. If you had a superpower, you have it. So I guess it's all about opening hearts and minds of other people.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
That's great. Opening hearts and not minds and other people. That's a nice superpower. I think we all need to do this and to see what's gonna happen over
To see
there.
the things we cannot see, to
Yeah,
understand each other better,
exactly.
to communicate,
That,
and then everything starts from there.
yeah, you're right. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I think that we finish our, the interview, all right, in the live sessions, and you go outside your home and find the lottery tickets that ends up winning $100 million. What would you do? Please be honest, all right?
All right, sure. So I take it. I make sure it's mine, and I just
It's a
say
huge
finally.
amount of money. I know.
And I say finally. Thank God. I've been waiting for it. No, I think that the good things will happen to you. Whatever is meant for you will happen. So I just thought, okay, brilliant. So this is the time. Fantastic. I would probably disappear. Yeah, disappear to plan all the beautiful things and start doing, the things that I wanted to, and that would help. I would open a book with names of my great, fantastic friends or people in my life, okay, that have been with me um, throughout. So yeah, I would contact them because otherwise, yeah, I would not tell anyone about that thing, that um, luck. I wouldn't, because no, I would still be doing great things, but probably hiding, behind a nickname. So it's not about fame or recognition. It's like, okay, I'm gonna use that. It's like, the talents that we have. Just go for it. I'll be helping other people. I have fantastic things. I would just make them much quicker.
Nice, got
And
it. Yeah, I'm
believe,
sure.
guys, believe that great things gonna happen. Well, money is not the most important thing. We all have bills. We all have uh challenges in life, yes, and money comes there, but no, it's not. Time is your resource.
Time.
Time, because
Exactly.
it's limited, and money,
It's limitless.
you might have it today and you may not have it tomorrow, so use it wisely. Do not show off. I mean, come on. And yeah, I would say that you asked me about the superpower for the classroom.
Yeah.
I would love to have one outside. So when I have that money, okay, I want to stretch the day. So before I die, I want to do all those fantastic things and invite others for cooperation. So I'll be going everywhere.
Yeah, with the money.
Yeah,
That's I
yeah, and
hope
helping,
you I
of
wish
course, other people.
Perfect.
Whatever they need, I would stop and I would teach them how to invest. Because again, you have it today, you don't have it
That's a great
tomorrow.
idea to do it. I wish
Investing,
you would do that
saving.
in the future as soon as possible.
You'll be on the
Okay.
list.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking, it was November the 25th, 2024. Okay, ask me when it happens.
I
I
will
call
ask
you.
again. All right then. We will see. Wait and see. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Anna. Now you know it's a time really flies, and now I'm gonna ask my last question. Are you
Okay.
ready? What is your motto?
My motto is
Yes.
be yourself, be unique, dream big.
Oh, oh, great. Can you tell again?
Be yourself in whatever you do. In your plans, planning, okay.
Uh-huh.
Watch out. Okay, if there are moaners, complainers, okay, be yourself. Do not change. Well, you can adapt, you can grow, you can develop, okay, but stick to your values and beliefs. Be yourself in any situation. That helps.
I see.
Be unique. Yeah, be unique because we are meant to do great things. When you
Yeah.
mentioned, okay, skills and abilities, I think, and I repeat that and stress that it's important. We have talents. Yes, financial resources will help us to make things faster, I'd say, but start with what you have in your own unique way. When I tell learners, oh, you can compare yourself to others on one condition, okay? Just to see that it's possible to happen, but you're going to do it in your unique way. That's it,
Mm-hmm.
with your resources,
I
okay?
see.
Sometimes there are great stories. I think the abundance is there. You just need to see it, okay? You just need to see it. And the money cannot be visible every single time. It could be knowledge, it could be something else as your asset. So I hope I made it clear as well. Be yourself, be unique, dream big, and dream
That's
big. Have
important.
great. Yes, everything starts with a thought. You have a dream, then you make a plan, make just a list of goals and how you're gonna achieve them. So I think it's a huge thing. Know where you're going. One of my talks was Quo Vadis, which is, yeah, where are you going? Um, get there. Have a dream, get there, and say, here I am.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anna, for sharing them. Okay, I'll ask all my questions, Anna. And before ending our live sessions, would you like to add anything else?
What I like to add, of course, I could talk for hours. I want to tell everyone, okay, to um, reach out, to have a fantastic lesson, a different one, maybe a reflective one, or talking about emotions with your learners. Do something different. All right. Well, I love writing articles, and more importantly, in those articles, there are some suggestions and ideas for different lessons. Uh, Spark curiosity, okay, um, in your learners. Show them something different. Inspire and get inspired, whatever that is, be it your students or other educators all around. Um, that's it, and keep going no matter
Mm-hmm.
what. Do not let anybody dull your sparkle.
Ah,
Okay, be yourself, be unique, and dream big. Thank you.
perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. And it's really great, the great session we had here. And I would like to say thank you very much one more time for your, the suggestions, for your advice, for all your ideas here. And the most important thing is that you mentioned it, which is your time. You spend your time with us here. That was perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was awesome. Okay, so the Anna Machura was with us tonight with Teacher Talks 184 sessions, and we had a fruitful session with her. We talked a lot of different things, and she inspired us here. And you should really watch this session again and again to get the ideas from her. And one more time, I would like to say thank you very much to her. And you know that we are going to be here next week at the same time on the same day, as you know that every Monday at 9 p.m. Okay, and until the next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And as I said, until the next time, please take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, Anna. And bye bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.
and peace.
Sending hugs and kisses to absolutely everyone. Guys, keep smiling, okay? Thank you so much. You see, I'm buzzing because we are meeting right now. Yes, with other educators from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you
Take
very
care.
much.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Take care.